What's up everyone? Welcome back to another video. Today's a little bit of an impromptu one. I just wanted to share with you what I have on my tray rotation right now that the summer heat is basically in full bloom, the fragrances that I have been reaching for the most. So there's 7. You can see them right here as a little sneak peek. A lot of these are new, but there are a couple that have been just like long time loves. I need to fly through this video because my son is napping and I do not know how much time I have. The first fragrance is from Mise en Serre, and this is For Your Love. This brand has been really good to me. It's just everything that I try from them just seems to be banger after banger after banger. Like Très Cher was incredible. This one I wore through the sample within 2 days and I was like, I need this immediately. And what this fragrance reminds me of off the bat is Dior's Rouge Trafalgar. Not exactly the same, no. Like Dior's Rouge Trafalgar is pretty much to me just like kind of straight up berries and pine. This one is a lot more romantic smelling. There is a little bit of a powdery facet to it. It's very airy and it's mostly a tart raspberry scent. A little bit of an earthy patchouli that really is what comes through kind of piney. There is ambergris. It gives it this airy kind of salty quality. Those are the notes that stand out to me the most. I think this smells absolutely magical. The way that this works in the heat is incredible. I get a full day's wear out of this fragrance. And yeah, I just love this one in the heat. I was worried about the patchouli and the raspberry. I was worried it would be very, very sweet. Sometimes those notes together, they give you like a fruit chuli vibe, you know, a little bit more almost generic smelling, but this was not at all what I expected it to be. And I was very pleasantly surprised. One of my most reached for fragrances right now in the heat. In case you guys are looking for that fragrance at a discount, it is available through So Avant-Garde, and I have my promo code YANA20. It'll get you 20% off. Mise en Serre is kind of hard to find at a discount, so there's that. The other one, and this one mainly is because I just received this fragrance from the brand I've been reaching for. Actually, I've been mostly giving it to my man to wear. It's called Sugar Leather from Une Nuit Nomade. I'm so greedy. I just started sniffing it before even showing you guys the bottle. Love their presentation. All of their bottles look like this, very minimalistic, and my favorite sort of like olive army green color. I love a lot of their fragrances, not the ones that seem to be the most hyped. Like Jardin de Mispa seems to be really, really loved by everyone. That's very gourmandy. I like it, but that one's not my favorite from the brand. So I was worried when Sugar Leather came out with a name like Sugar Leather. I was mildly concerned, but this reminds me of Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal, the EDP. That one has cherry. This doesn't have cherry, but the caramel in here, you could almost believe that there is a cherry note in here. The type of leather in here, I guess, makes me think of the leather that is in Guerlain's L'Homme Idéal. Maybe even a little bit like Tom Ford's ombre leather. Not that aggressive though. This is not a very aggressive leather scent. This is very unisex, very wearable, and really, we've just been wearing it at home with the AC blasting in the evenings because no, 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 this is not summer fragrance type of thing. AC blasting at home, amazing. So yeah, caramel, leather, very sun-kissed. It really makes you think of like desert air, that type of vibe. Beautiful scent, but I'm gonna reach for this more in the fall, as will Mr. Scented. Okay, this one I've been going Google Gaga over, and this is Kryptonite from Khalil T. I'm actually wearing this as my scent of the day, and this is a beautiful kind of woody, soapy aldehydic scent with iris, a little bit of sandalwood. There's almost like it's almost like an almond milk soap. The way that the soapy note comes out, it's like that. It's the way that it comes through the air. It is really intoxicating. Like the name is perfect because I think you will knock everyone out with this scent in a very good way. It is powdery, so it's like it's a powder house. Intense, long lasting. On my clothing, weeks. I sprayed it on a blazer. I was going to the bank. I sprayed it on a blazer. Did not think it was that strong. Every time I walked through my foyer and my blazer was hanging in the foyer hook, I was like catching whiffs of this incredible scent. And I was like, what am I burning? Am I burning a candle in the house? Is it a wax melt? Is it a diffuser? There's a lot of fragrance things constantly going in my home. Could not figure out what that mind blowing scent was. Then I smelled my blazer and I remembered that this was the fragrance that I had sprayed on it. So definitely one of my new favorites. And even though it is a powdery, kind of woody, soapy scent, you think that it could be a bit stuffy. Definitely not stuffy, quite airy, really powerful and long lasting, but works beautifully in the heat. Here's a new release from État d'Orange, and this is Sous le pont Mirabeau, under the Mirabeau Bridge. It's a poem. The fragrance is named after the poem and is inspired by the poem and the place. A beautiful bridge in Paris near the Seine, and you really get that scent of being in a city but near the water. So you don't get like a sea breeze vibe. You get elements of like mineralized surfaces, oxidized surfaces, rocks, city water smell. You know what I mean? You get quite a bit of fig leaf on the skin. This is also a very, very strong fragrance. Now, I have been wearing this one mostly to test it out and feel out how I really enjoy it. Not quite sure yet. Like, I'm not going to tell you guys mind blowing, incredible, love, dying over it. I love the idea of the scent. I love the inspiration. I love the poem, the place, the poetic aspect of it. The scent itself, I don't know. Like the way that I describe it to you with that city smell could be a little bit unclean water. I was thinking seaside is going to give me seaside vibes. Not really, no. Definitely like under the Mirabeau Bridge, but not with all the glamour, right? So definitely one to check out and try on the skin. What I do like about it is the beautiful fig leaf that comes out. This fragrance is salty, savory, and kind of creamy and aquatic at the same time. So lots of juxtapositions, really cool stuff going on. This whole house, they do lots of quirky, interesting kind of nose bending things. So I'm still working on whether or not I enjoy that. But if you did want to check it out, I do have the code with Twisted Lily. They were the ones that sent it to me. And it's the Scented 10 or Scented 10. Anyway, that's in the description. Here's a fragrance that I've had in my collection for a long time. And I guess I've been kind of unintentionally gatekeeping it because I always rave to you guys about Wood Sage and Sea Salt. But my goodness, White Jasmine and Mint. Have you smelled this? You need to smell this. This is breathtaking, like real kind of tea scent. You know, jasmine tea that you would get at a Japanese restaurant, like really authentic, sweetened, airy. The mint is very gentle. It's like a sweet, little bit almost spearmint like juicy fruit spearmint gum and jasmine green tea. A little bit powdery. This is so feminine, like really to me more of a tea like scent. I think if you enjoy tea scents, this is definitely one to try. Um the jasmine is really light as well. It's not an indolic heavy jasmine. This is a really inoffensive, breezy, clean smelling jasmine. So this one in the heat, incredible. It doesn't last quite as long. I wore it yesterday. I put it on at 7 a.m. By 1, it was gone. So there's that, like all Jo Malone's. But if you did want to try this out or any of the fragrances I'm talking about, you can on the scented.ca. That's my decant shop. So those are all available as of now. But this scent, I realized, is very similar in its effect to Estee Lauder Tender Light, which I've recently been raving about and wearing a lot. And this one is really, really strong. Now, this is a lot more powdery, irisy, and intense. This is a lot more like a delicate flower, and this one's a bit more present. The scent profiles are quite similar. Not that they're dupes of one another, but I feel like if you enjoy one, you would enjoy the other. So if you guys have tried Tender Light and you like it, I would recommend giving White Jasmine and Mint a sniff. I think this is still available on Jo Malone because they had those limited releases available for quite a while, and that's when I got it. That was a couple of years ago, but I do think they still have this. And Tender Light is like readily available from Estee Lauder. This is mostly tea and iris is what they give you, but it's quite sweet. And the sillage is like you wouldn't believe for a freshie. I covered it in my Intoxicating Trail Fragrances video, which I'll link up here if that's something that you guys are looking for. But yeah, fresh scent that really sticks around is hard to find. And since you guys said you still want me to talk about discontinued fragrances and mention them every so often, Guerlain's Tea Asura. This one is sadly discontinued. One of my favorite tea scents, one of the best tea fragrances that I've ever smelled, and tea being one of my favorite notes, I've smelled a lot. If you're a tea lover and you find this one anywhere just lingering through the interwebs and you can get it, get it. Like, don't pay $400 for it, obviously, but if you can find it for a good price, immediately pick it up. This is green tea, this is chamomile, this is citruses. It's very refreshing, it's quite floral. The way that it smells out of the cap isn't how it smells in the air. There is a floral herbaceous quality, which is that chamomile. So if you've smelled chamomile tea, there's a little bit of that. I do also get a lot of the jasmine note that's in here. It's just very smooth, very pleasant, refreshing, perfect for the heat. You just spray, 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 spray. I spray this one like a body spray. So yeah, the performance maybe isn't the strongest. Again, maybe like about 4 hours. Honestly, the strongest freshie by far to this day for me that I really, really enjoy and doesn't annoy me is the Estee Lauder Tender Light. So I reach for that one, and even my man wears that one to work a lot of the time, though it is feminine marketed, but it smells great on him. So those are my 7 that I've really been reaching for, whether I'm just testing it out or that I'm just so in love that I can't stop wearing it. And yeah, let me know your thoughts on any of these if you've tried them. Again, if you wanted to sample them, they're on thescented.ca. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye.